welcome to today's Pilates class, which is ideal for people who are inflexible like me and also new to Pilates. Let's begin today's class by placing our hands on the lower part of our rib cage, and let's breathe in through our nose and feel our rib cage expand into our hands, and breathe out through our mouth and feel the rib cage contract. Let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Let's now roll down on our side. So push our arm out above our head, place our head down on our arm. Our knees are together and bent to give us some stability, and let's warm up our legs. So let's lift our top leg, push our hip away from us so that we're nice and strong all the way down our body, and we've got a nice line running from our ankles to our knees to our hips all the way to our shoulders. Place our hand down in front of us on the mat, and then from here let's do some small leg circles. So we're doing some small leg circles just to warm up our legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Place the top leg down on the mat in front of us, lift the bottom leg, point your toes on your foot, and let's do some small leg circles with the bottom leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Return our bottom leg down to the mat. Let's take our arms out in front of us, put our palms together, and let's do a nice spine twist. So your legs are together, your feet are together. From here, push your top hand beyond your bottom hand. Lift your top hand above your head. Follow your hand with your eyes all the way over till your arm and your hand land on the floor. And then feel a nice stretch down your spine, and let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then let's take our arm and our hand all the way over our body until both hands are joined back together. And now let's push up and let's change sides. So take your arm above your head. Rest your head on your arm. Place your hand in front of you. Your knees are together and bent to give you some stability. Then let's lift our top leg off and point our toes. So we lift our leg to hip height. Push your hip away from you. You may have a small pocket of air between your body and the mat. You may not. We're all different, so it doesn't matter if you haven't. But when we push our top hip away, we're engaging and we're strengthening our whole body so that we've got a nice line running from our ankles to our knees to our hips to our shoulders, so that we're not slumped on the mat. We're feeling nice and strong in our body. Place our hand down in front of us on the mat to give us some stability, and let's warm up our body with some small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Place the top leg down on the mat in front of us, stretch out the bottom leg, lift the bottom leg off the mat, point the toes, and let's do some small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and reverse one last time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Place our leg down on the mat. So we've now warmed up our legs. Let's now warm up our arms. So roll over onto our tummies. I'm going to use a towel just to rest my forehead on. I just find it a bit more comfortable. Bring your head down to the mat. And then from here, let's take our arms out towards our sides. And then let's lift our arms up and then down. So we lift and then down. We lift and then down. We lift and then down. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Let's now raise our arms in the air. Let's turn our palms down to the floor and then up to the sky. So down to the floor and then up. So down and up and down and up. 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 Keeping our arms raised with our palms to the sky. Let's do some small pulses of the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Let's return our arms down beside us, and now let's just lift both legs off the mat and then down. So let's lift and then down. We lift and down. We lift and down. So we lift and down, lift and down. And do 2 more, lift and down, lift and down. From here, let's now lift our head off the mat and then our arms. So let's lift our head and then lift our arms and then back down. So let's lift and then down. So let's lift and then down. Let's lift and then down. Let's lift and then down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Let's now roll over onto our backs and let's do some Pilates moves. So with our knees bent and our feet flat on the mat, let's now bring our right leg into tabletop, where our knee is directly above the hip and the leg is bent at 90 degrees. And let's just tap the foot down to the mat and return. So we're doing toe tap. So let's tap and return. Let's tap and return. Let's tap and return. Tap and return. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Turn our right foot down to the mat, lift our left foot up, and then let's tap and return, tap and return, tap and return, tap and return. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Turn our left foot down to the mat. This time let's bring both knees into tabletop, so we'll work our abdominals. So when we're ready, bring our right leg to tabletop and then use our abdominals to bring our left leg also up to tabletop. Keep your lower back on the mat. If you're arching up, bring your knees in towards your chest a bit more, or you can place your hands underneath your bum just to help stabilise you. And then from here, let's take our right foot down and up. So take our left foot down and up. Take our right foot down and up. And then take our left foot down and up. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And the last one. Let's bring our knees into our chest, give them a quick hug, and then let's return our feet down to the mat. From here, let's do some shoulder bridges. So let's shuffle our heels in towards our bum so that you can tickle the backs of your heels. Your legs are hip distance apart. Your shoulders are down and back, so there's no tension in your upper body. Place your arms down beside you, and then from here, push through your heels, squeeze your glutes and slowly peel your back off the mat. So lower back first, then mid back, then upper back, until the weight of your body goes into your shoulders and not your neck. And then when we've got a nice line running from our knees to our hips to our shoulders, we're in a nice shoulder bridge. From here, let's take our arms above our head, and then let's return our arms down to our hips. So take our arms above our head and then all the way down to our hips. So take our arms above our head and then down to our hips. So take our arms above our head and then down to our hips. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Keeping our arms down beside us, let's lift our heels off the mat and then down. So let's lift and down. Let's lift and down and lift and down for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's lift our heels off the mat and let's take our arms above our head and then down to the hips. So above our head and then down to our hips. Above our head and then down to our hips. And above our head and then down to our hips. So let's do 6 more. And then 5. And then 4. 3. 2. And 1. Return our arms down by our side, lower our heels down to the mat, and then let's take our hip down to the mat, but then push back up and squeeze our glutes. So let's go down and then up. So down and then up. Down and up and down and up. Let's do 4 and 3, 2 and the last one. Let's squeeze our glutes to push our hips up, and let's just hold the shoulder bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then let's slowly return our back down to the mat So upper back first, then the mid back, then the lower back, and then relax your pelvis back to the neutral position. From here, let's now put our knees together and let's roll both knees over to the right, keeping our left shoulder down on the mat, and then let's roll our knees back to centre, and then let's roll our knees over to the left. Keep our right shoulder on the mat, and then use our abdominals to bring our knees back to centre before slowly rolling our knees over to the right. And then let's roll our knees back to centre before taking the knees over to the left. Then let's roll back to centre before taking our knees over to the right. Let's roll back to centre and then take our knees over to the left, and then bring our knees back to centre. Let's now straighten out our left leg, point the toes, and let's do the single leg stretch. So bring your right knee in towards your chest, hold onto your leg with both hands, lift your head, neck and shoulders off the mat, look down to the toes on your left foot, bring your chin down to your chest to protect your neck from any neck strain, and then when we're ready we're going to lift the left leg off the mat, and then we're going to change legs. So we're now holding the left leg and then change to the right leg. So we keep changing legs. So we've got the right, then the left, then the right, then the left, then the right, then the left, then the right, then the left. So let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring both knees in towards your chest, give them a quick hug, take your head over to the right, and then slowly take your head over to the left to release any tension in your neck. From here, let's return our feet down to the mat, and then let's slowly push our right foot out and point our toes, and then return back to the centre. Slowly push our left leg out, point our toes, and then return to centre. So let's push our right leg out and point our toes, and then return to centre. Push our left leg out, point our toes, and then return to centre. So right leg, and then left leg, and then right leg, and then left leg. Let's now take our arms above our head, and let's bring our arms down to our hips, and then above our head, and then down to our hips, and then above our head, and then down to our hips, and above our head, and then down to our hips, and then above our head. Let's keep our arms above our head, and let's curl up. So from here, our feet are down on the mat, our legs are hip distance apart, and we're going to curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat as we take our arms above, off the floor as well with our head. So from here, let's inhale, and as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat, and then return back down. So let's again inhale, and as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat, and then return. This time as we curl up, we'll take our arms all the way down to our sides. So from here, let's inhale, and as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat, and then let's return down to the mat. So once again, let's inhale, and as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat before we return down to the mat. So let's inhale, and as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat before we return to the mat. And one last one. Let's inhale, And as we exhale, let's curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat as we return down to the mat. So that's the end of today's session. So let's roll over and let's return to the seated position that we started today's class in. So thank you for joining me for today's 20-minute Pilates for beginners. I hope you've enjoyed the class and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.